Hello, my beautiful souls. You are watching the Messy Human Tarot, and I'm your host, Ruby. Right now, it's raining, and I put my son to sleep, so I now have some time to reflect. And I had this really odd thought that popped in my head because, as you're putting a kid to sleep, there's a lot of waiting that goes on with putting a kid to sleep. You have to be comfortable with maybe not always necessarily getting your way, but also too in those quiet moments when it does get quiet, you still have to do a different part of waiting, but it's a little easier because if you wait long enough, the moment of quiet will happen and you'll get more time for yourself. Just a little bit. But in that, I had that reflection, that little thing going on in my head, because I'm having these thoughts pop up in my head where I'm thinking about when I was younger. Like, I was constantly wanting attention. And as I got older, I used to elevate certain friends on pedestals, thinking like, oh, they were cool, like they're amazing. And I would try to get whatever attention I could from these people. And then as I got older, I ran into a situation where oftentimes I never really quite got the attention I was hoping for. A quick disclaimer: this is not a counseling session. I'm not an MEC, doctor, financial, legal advisor. All choices are your own. But if you like what you hear, you can definitely like and subscribe. But just be aware, like, I don't know when I'm going to post. I never know when I'm going to post. I am currently prioritizing myself, but if I get an idea, I'm gonna post it. And we could do the tarot, but we're gonna do this reflective process first before we get to the tarot, because oftentimes I think as witches or tarot readers, or just as human beings, I think we do better when we understand ourselves a little bit better, and when we explore things in a relaxed manner. Now, for a while, I've been giving these signs for a while through my dreams from the outer world, where they were talking about waiting. And I had an interesting moment where I was working with a kiddo. We were playing the waiting game. I'm in the waiting room. He's doing his thing. Part of playing was I was in the waiting room waiting. Yeah. It was the easiest thing I could have ever done. And in that moment, I was thinking, you know what? That's kind of like real life. We oftentimes, we're playing these roles. We're acting things out, and it could be an enjoyable process or it can be a tense process. Like, we can decide how we kind of do things in our lives, And so I got more signs about waiting, but a lot of different things about trusting. I got things about how, like, if I trust, the whole door is going to open. Like, things are going to open for me. Wild, right? Because I'm not a very trusting kind of person. Like, I know, right? I'm opening to you guys. And that's a very trusting thing to do in the great wide, wild west of internet. Like, if you open yourself, like, there's been a couple of people, I'll look at them and go, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, are you nuts? Yes, a little bit. In order to trust, we have to be just a little bit, like, in a good way, nuts. And then I had this really cool dream. Thor popped up, But before that, I had a dream like an old room of mine had like not a lot of water, but like it was level, like maybe like centered, like I don't know about that much, but it was across the floor. And it wasn't a bad experience. I was actually excited and happy about it. I was swimming in it. And then I had the door open, and there was someone I knew, and I closed the door on that person, and I recognized that I was closing my heart chakra to them, that I was the reason that there was no relationship, that I had closed the door on that relationship. And the Thor came in when the water was gone, and he pointed to a dollhouse, and he said, "You go in there, I will look out for you, I'll protect you." Now, which is fascinating, because it wasn't until the past year, 2 years, that I started having reoccurring dreams of Thor in many different guises, but sometimes down the Marvel form. But before that, I did not like Thor at all. I was not really into him. I was not really that crazy about Thor. We will not go into it all fully. But I think though I've been trying to open my heart chakra to this being, and he's been kind and generous, and he's been understanding, and he with all of my team, my psychic spiritual team, they have been working together in collaboration to support my wishes and my desires and my hopes and my goals. They understand what I want to do with my life. And I think when we're talking about this tarot reading that we're going to be pursuing, I'm sensing a question coming forth. It's bubbling forth, right? And we often have these questions when within our own personal experiences. I feel this bubbling question is, well, how can I fix this? How can I be more open and expansive? How can I fix the, like, almost like you think you're broken, man? So how about this? Let's present it to Great Spirit. I don't think you're broken. I don't believe in broken people. I think that we get hardened and we try to protect ourselves, and we do get hurt, but I don't think we're broken. I don't think so. So the questions in the bubbling questions, how do I become open and expansive? So how do I let the divine source in so I can find a solution, solve my problems? I like that. That's a great question. Your inner source is very intuitive. I can sense that. So keep it up. I know, but keep it up. I'm very proud of you for having that bubbling question, by the way. So yeah, Two of Wands. Look at that beauty. Look at that. I like, Eight of Wands. So this is already fascinating. So I want to pause, because right underneath there's the Two of Swords at the same time. And I think that's really relevant. So we are going to put that under Eight of Wands. But before I go a little further, I want to get a sense of something. So I think there needs to be a bit of balance going on here. I think you feel like kind of pulled in two different directions, like the mind and the heart kind of situation. Like, I want this, but my mind says this is practical, but I really want this. And I think, though, the heart is going to win out on this, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, yeah, when the heart and the mind are in conflict, that sucks. That's really tough. That's rough. But we also do have the Sun card right below that. I like that. And I'm going to put that under Two of Wands, because I think what the heart wants, the heart wants. And I think that we need to recognize that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know we like to think in this world that we have to think logically and rationally, But there's a fine harmony in that, right? The mind can be a guide. The mind can help and support the heart. But also, too, like, yeah, we don't want the heart to run amok and go crazy and be impulsive. But at the same time, we don't want the mind to take full control and live a devoid life of enjoyment and pleasure and happiness and peace. So I think what this card, the Sun card, is calling for you to be aware of is, what do you really want? Remember that bubbling question that we were talking about? How can I be more open and expansive to the great source that can help solve my problems? Well, great source is saying, like, we want you to focus on what you want. We want you to understand what it is that your heart is calling for, because this mind is twisting you up and confusing you. Not to be silly, but I think that there's a sense that there's a lack, there's not enough, and that you're bleeding resources a lot. And I think Great Spirit saying there's a lot of happiness. I know you're going through a lot of dark things, but we want you to actually tell us what you want. Okay? You can make a letter to the Great Source. You can be as detailed. You can have mind help you in this. And if you have to be very articulate and go through all the things, okay, that's right. Roll it up. Put it in a fire. Put it in an envelope. Mail it to yourself. Mail it to God. I feel like there needs to be a lot of decisive action against, okay, Seven of Swords. We got Seven of Swords. But this Seven of Swords to me feels very decisive. Very decisive. All right, so this is my thought. I know you know what you want. And your heart chakra, your heart chakra. So your mind and your heart chakra, there is this connection to your intuitive process that will guide you to where you need to go to get what you want. We do have to be open, and I know it's like, well, how do I do that? Like, well, first you gotta, like, remember, you gotta know what you want, and you have to open yourself to intuitive things. You have to find a way to relaxing. Sorry. You might have to be okay with being by yourself. And this is relevant because this is a part of the story I haven't shared with you just yet. So let's talk about the Hermit a little bit. So, we have the Hangman right below it. So there's a suspension of, oh my God. All right. Before I tell you the story, I kid you not, that's the Hierophant. So we have the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Hierophant. Okay, so before I go any further, so I kind of had this weird thought while I was resting with my little boy that, like, I don't feel the need to go and get that attention anymore. That I don't really value the attention from other people anymore, because I used to think, like, oh, they're cool, they're better than me. But then I had this weird thought going, like, well, I'm cool too. I'm pretty amazing. And I had this sudden, like, oh no moment. That the reason that sometimes I struggle with manifestation actually is because that I don't think I am worthy and deserving of it. Because I don't think I'm cool. I don't think I'm that hot. I don't think I'm that great. You know? I don't think I need I'm like, when you are forced by having a kid to live the adult, mature life of where you're not in the party zone anymore, and I wasn't in the anyways, but you can't just come when you're beckoned, right, by these people you label as cool, which means, like, you're not as responsive, you're not available as much anymore. And so the problem that for them they start facing is not a me thing. Like, I don't know what's going on with them. I only know what my internal world is, what's going on with my family and things like that. And I have this weird thought, like, well, you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay if they don't like me. Maybe it's okay this, that, because I'm pretty awesome. It was so strange. So strange. There's more to it, but obviously to this reading, to the story, I don't want to get a little too rambly because I can do that. I'm very ADHD. But let's go to the Hanged Man a little bit, because that's suspending belief. But I feel like suspending belief will bring you to your journey, will guide you. It's your guide. It's your guide. Allowing yourself to suspend belief about what you deserve, whether something is real or reality or based on the real world rules, right? Let's let go of those real world rules, okay? Like, I know I'm getting tension by talking about real world rules, right? But the Hierophant is about connecting to your highest authority. Your highest self is the highest authority, and it knows best. So what do you want? What is the thing you think will make you the happiest person in the entire world? There was a C-drama I was kind of watching for a short burst, but in the beginning the character gets asked, what is your ideal romance? And she's spilling out her heart. She's just saying, like, this is what I like, this is what I want, this is, oh, I'm okay with this, ooh, this is what I want, oh, I want to be taken care of, I want to be spoiled, this, that, and that's really relevant. If Great Source was to come to you and say, what do you want? Oh, I want to be spoiled. I want to just enjoy life. I don't want to worry. What, you can say the details if you want, or you can just say the general stuff, whatever makes you feel good, right? You have to tell Great Source that. And then, after you tell Great Source all that you tell, almost like turn the lights off. Put it in a box. Put it away. Don't even think about oh, that's not real. That's not reality. That can't No. Don't even get to that. Just part of the suspension is forgetting it a little bit, putting it into the dark, because the moment you start thinking too much about it, that negative thinking is going to come up, and it's going to trip you up, and it's going to trick you that it can't happen. You don't want to get there, so just put it away. Go la di da di da di da di da. All the while following your highest source, following your heart. All the while, if it sneaks into your brain to say, you know what, I'm gonna put that into the dark. That can stay there. It can go in the closet. Just no. That's just not necessary right now. Nine of Cups. What? I saw a fox and it's a frog. I kid you not, I saw a frog and it's a frog. So shapeshifter energy is coming into Nine of Cups, which most of you guys know. Most of us, even if we don't know the tarot very well, we often hear from other tarot readers, now it's a decided thing in this world because we decided something, right? We decided this is the wish come true card. And because we have decided it's so. I kind of like that. We have all collectively decided something. So you have to decide for yourself that your wish can come true. I know, right? I know. Big wave stuff right there. Be careful breaking your heart, please. 8 of Cups. My brain is saying that you have cried a lot and you have worked really hard in your life, but I'm seeing the moon, like you've kind of put your feelings under wraps. You've closed it up so you don't have to feel it too tightly, because if you do, you're going to be disappointed. But I would just like Thor came to me and he said, you know what, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. Whoever it is that emotionally does that for you, like you just create an image in your mind of someone going up to you and saying, you're okay. I got this. You got this. I'm going to take care of you. That's great source. I want to hesitate in just kind of saying too much about this, but overall, when we decide something, we're creating what's called self-fulfilling prophecy, which is useful and not useful in some cases. In this case, when we create a positive self-fulfilling prophecy, we have decided psychologically something's going to happen. And so then what happens is your brain just opens up naturally and creates situations, events that will confirm it. And when we decide negative things, it happens all the time. It's a psychology term, look it up. But I think it's real because ultimately our brains are very powerful, and this is heavy. There's a lot of heavy energy about this reading. It really is so heavy. And I feel like there's a lot of grief behind this too. But I want you to understand. That your whole life can be dramatically, it could shift. You're the shapeshifter. There was a fox in Nine of Cups. And that indicates that you need more joy and happiness in your life. You got to find something that makes you feel good. If you have to take, like, I'm not a pharmaceutical person. I'm not an LMHC. I'm not a psychologist. Not any of those people can prescribe medication. But I'm going to be honest with you. I briefly took medicine for postpartum because I needed to shift something in my brain to get out of a dark space. Or you need to exercise. You have to shift it. Like, I'm minimizing coffee in my life because it's making me feel like crap. I'm trying to eat healthier and trying to take my vitamins. I'm trying. It doesn't always mean like you naturally fix your life, right? There's a lot of grief here. Yeah, I don't want to go into this card just because I feel like you're gonna be demoralized. Yeah, and you've had a lot of conflict and tension, and I think that you have struggled with, some of you will resonate with this. Some of you have resonate with substance use of some kind, whether any kind, really. I think a lot of you are going to struggle with getting your head out of some of you might struggle getting, some of you are already past some of this, but some of it is like you need to recognize that in 10 years you got to decide your life is going to be better. And you're going to look back and it's going to be, you're like, wow, I did so great. But I'm also too sensing like past energies too. Like it's holding me back. The past is holding me back. So let's kind of like, okay, like seriously, like I'm sorry, but like I feel like in order for me to help you further, we do need to shift a little bit. So I'm going to take some of these cards away, but I'm going to keep some cards because we need to kind of recognize that we get to decide things and recognize that we can make things different and better for ourselves. And, oh, King of Pentacles, I like that, so we're going to take that. The Magician. The Emperor. What? That's a major confirmation right there. Like, me taking out those cards and putting them back in the deck was a major confirmation that what I was saying was right on point. Was that you need to exclude the things that aren't helping and supporting you. You need to focus on the things that are making you feel good. You need to focus on the narrative, the decision that you want for your life to become, the feel-good sensations, like the things that make you happy. You got to focus on those things, because you could be the King of Pentacles, you can be the Magician, you can be the Emperor. This is basically saying that you can take control of your life and manifest better money, better things in your life, better, happier experiences. You can be very abundant. You have to tell yourself, I am the Emperor, I am the Magician, I am the King of Pentacles, I am really awesome, I'm really cool, I can do this, I can really, I feel like the universe wants to drill it into your head. Okay, we're gonna finish up here with maybe a meditative thought wave here. There is a transformation coming for you. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us something that maybe it'll be like a helpful thing? So they're pointing to the Emperor and the Magician to me. That they say, like, you're in a lot more control than you realize about what you manifest. And they understand that's kind of sometimes a difficult pill to swallow, but a lot of it is just they have presented lessons for you in a slow and steady way, because they want you to take care of yourself and to recognize that things don't have to happen right now. That, you know, actually when you slow things down and you do things in a relaxed way and you allow your mind to open, which means you taking away your limitations, which means you are no longer worried about the right way of doing things, or like, you know, whatever things stress you out, like when that's gone, you're gonna be open, and that moment's gonna be magical, and boom, something's gonna happen. And if you think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, don't try to force it. And it might be a couple of different moments of those. But I feel like it's going to be one specific moment, because you just let go of the rules. You just let go. And it's going to be fundamental. It's going to be a fundamental moment. It's going to lead you to many more moments. It's like that path that... Let me show you the Magician. It's like, to see that this moment is going to lead to so many different moments that are going to get you to that branch. Do you see how there's a branch right here? And you're going, those moments are actually going to propel you to growth and to light and harmony. And it's going to support you in becoming the person you need to become. That's going to have that boom. Like, I don't even, so, okay, so there's these messages that want to come forth, and it's really hard for me right now to really convey everything, and I hope that I conveyed it in a way that was helpful and supportful to you. And remember, this is all timeless, this is all general, all decisions are your own. Like, I have to confirm a lot of things for you, but I also do have to recognize that, like, you have this beautiful thing called free will, and we can't escape it. And so... like, do you see the jewels that are all around here? Like, I can give you as many tips. Like, I'm just a resource. But I feel like that you have resources and benefits and rewards all around you. And so just focus on your resources. Focus on the things that are good. Focus on the things that help you feel good inside. Focus on the things, even the smallest of manifestations. I kid you not. But also to, like, kind of let go of needing to control that. Like, I'm feeling that urge to control this message so bad. So I'm going to start wrapping up, because I want to keep talking. But I feel like we still have the Emperor card here. Like, maybe you want so tight of control. Like, it's driving you nuts. Right? I want control. I want control of my life. I just want to feel good. I just want to feel happy. I just want this stuff to work out. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I feel ya. I feel ya. I feel ya. I really do. But we're going to shuffle these up. And whatever card pops up, I want you to focus on that card. Okay? There's a lot of good cards here. Right? 1, 2, 3. The Sun card. What do you want? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good inside? Focus on that. And without further ado,